Based on National Electrical Code 352, Table 44A, the calculated expansion or contraction for a 2-inch steel pipe with an exposed length of 6 feet and the temperature change of 100 degrees Fahrenheit is approximately 0.125 inches, or 1/8 of an inch. However, the code specifies that an expansion fitting is required if the expansion or contraction is expected to be 1/4 inch or more. The calculation is correct in estimating that the expansion or contraction will be less than 1/4 inch for the exposed length of the riser. Therefore, strictly adhering to the code, an expansion fitting isn't required in this specific case. The inspector's interpretation that an expansion fitting is always required, regardless of the calculated expansion or contraction, is not consistent with the National Electrical Code. The National Electrical Code only requires an expansion fitting if the expansion or contraction is expected to exceed 1/4 inch. When communicating with the inspector, it is important to maintain a constructive dialogue. Firstly, it's crucial to be respectful and professional. Even if the inspector has a different interpretation, it's important to maintain a positive and respectful demeanor. Secondly, explain the reasoning clearly. Clearly state the calculations and the basis for the conclusion that an expansion fitting was not required. Thirdly, provide supporting documentation. Refer to the National Electrical Code table or other relevant codes to support the claim. Fourthly, ask for clarification. Politely ask the inspector to explain their reasoning and cite the specific code sections they are referencing. Fifthly, be open to compromise. If the inspector insists on an expansion fitting, be willing to negotiate a solution that meets both the code and practical considerations. It's important to approach the situation calmly and professionally. By providing clear explanations and supporting documentation, it's possible to advocate for the interpretation of the code and strive to find a mutually agreeable solution.